Hi Flosstube, this is Claire, the Anxious Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome. It's been probably over a month since I last filmed. My life has been super busy. I have so much going on, so I'll give a little bit of a life update. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I started going back to school and taking one class online per session, and I just finished my first class and I did well and it was fun and I really liked it. And I have this week off, and then I start the next class next week, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's kept me busy. And then my kids, I have two kids, will be going back to school, and so that starts, here where we are, we start in September. I know a lot of schools start in August, but yeah, we still have we have 2 weeks from today actually, before school starts. My kids do go to a summer day camp though, so I've been able to keep them busy. And then let's see, there's been lots of birthdays. We have in our family, we have a lot of July and August birthdays. The biggest one in July was my husband's grandmother's birthday. She turned 90, so we had a big celebration for her, kind of like a family reunion, and it was really nice. And then we went to my mother-in-law's beach house for a weekend, which was nice because we had to cancel our previous trip because of illness. So it was just a much needed trip, and we got to go there for a couple of days, so that was really nice. And then amongst all this stuff, I got a job promotion, so that was it's good, but my schedule has changed, and so, you know, again, things are just really busy now. But I do get Tuesdays off, so it's nice to have a day off in the week, and I was thinking, oh, I might be able to actually film more often if I have a day off. Well, you know, while the kids are in school. So yeah, so that's really exciting. And then my youngest daughter's birthday is in less than 2 weeks, so we'll be doing stuff for her as well. So a lot going on. And then kind of not so good, my right arm, I kind of have a little bit of tendinitis, and normally it's fine, but I kind of been doing a little too much, and so it's flared up a little bit. So there was a week where I kind of didn't stitch very much because it was really sore, but it's feeling better, and I've been wearing like a wrist brace, kind of help with that, and so it'll get better. It usually does. And but I'm still stitching, but I did have to take a little bit of a break. So, you know, finally no more whip parades, so there won't be as much to show. I'm gonna kind of combine, I have a couple of new starts, and I'll show them amongst my plans that I'm doing right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see that I change my plans a lot. I feel inspired to do something, and then I end up changing my mind, or I lose inspiration, or I feel inspired to work on something else. I think there's a lot of us that do that, but yeah, so right now I will show you kind of my ideas for how I want my rotation to work out. So we'll get started with the stitching. So I like to stitch, I still do like to stitch by days of the week and have kind of a theme going with that. So I'm still kind of wanting to keep, but I've altered it a little bit. I still, because there's a couple hashtags I want to participate in still, so I want to do the Mirabilia Mondays. And so before I was working on my oldest daughter's March Aqua Marine Fairy, but since my youngest daughter's birthday's next, I wanted to get working on her fairy, which is the September Sapphire Fairy by Mirabilia. And I love the colors in this one. And I actually have a really good, I feel like there's quite a bit done on this. So I just pulled this out just Monday, so I already had all of this and some of her arm done. So all I did yesterday was the green over here. So I kind of got a lot of that sleeve done, so now I'm working on this sleeve. So I'll continue to work on this through next month, maybe even into October. We'll see, you know, how it goes. But I'm enjoying, it's a fun one to work on. Okay, then, so I know typically there's the hashtag with Kitschy Whips and Fiber Arts Amy do Chatelaine Wednesday. And I actually haven't done it in a while because I've been so busy, and the Wednesdays can be really busy. So my idea is to stitch Chatelaine on Tuesdays, which is on my day off, but post it on Wednesday to share it on Wednesday on Instagram. So my Chatelaine that I'm working on is the Royal Tudor Mandela, and like I said, it's been a little while. I want to work on this today, but the last time I worked on this, so I have it in my frame because I'm going to stitch on it next. Oops, it's sideways. There we go. See, I even have the little arrow. There's like, that's up. So, yeah, I'm still working on the center. I've been doing, I think these are the Jessica stitches. I think that's what they're called. So I've got a few of them done, and then I'm just working my way around. So I'm going to see if I can get that done today. We'll see. I don't know if I can get it done, but I at least get a couple more done. So yeah, I really want to get back into the habit because it's so big, but it's beautiful. So, that is my Chatelaine that I'll try to stitch on Tuesdays to post on Wednesdays for the hashtag, because I still like participating in that. The next one is a new start. This is what I was originally thinking of stitching on Tuesdays, but I might just do both because on my days off, I tend to like to stitch on more than one project. So again, I think my last video, I had received a package that had all the thread and the beads, but I hadn't received the chart or the fabric. So my order, because they're on back order, but I received them and I started this. This is Nora Corbett's, it's a Bewitching Pixie. Let's see if I can show it without. And this is Cleo. And this is my start. I think I worked a couple of days on this, but I love this. This is just such a really nice stitch. And this is, let's see, I wrote it down. I think this is Milk Chocolate Linen 32 count. I just picked the linen that I ordered from 123 Stitch, so I just picked the linen that was suggested. It's kind of nice because 123 Stitch has, you know, if you click on a chart, then there's an option to add like the floss and the fabrics that are recommended. So sometimes I'll just do that and be like, add to cart. So that is my start. So I still want to work on this too. So we'll have to see how what my mood strikes, and I might work on this like at bedtime tonight. So we'll see. So my idea for my stitching rotation revolves around gifts for other people. And so, for instance, Monday is a Mirabilia, but I'm working on the ones that are for my daughters. And then Tuesdays, I kind of wanted to work at something like for me, like that's really for me. And so then Wednesday, since it is such a busy day, I picked something a little smaller. This is also a new start. This is a Riolis kit called Bathroom Interior. And it's like a 2-piece kit. So there's 2 designs. And I know it seems really random, but this is for my mom, but she actually requested, there was another chart she was looking at, and that one just didn't, it was like all like full coverage, whereas this is like, you know, it's not full coverage, and it's still like the same style that she likes, so I wanted to try to stitch that up for her, and hopefully she'll like that. But I liked the fact that it came in 2 pieces, because she wanted some like stitching to decorate her bathroom, so I thought, okay, I could do that. So I'm not gonna focus too much on it, but I think I could get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Again, it's not full coverage. There seems to be a lot of back stitching, so, you know, we'll see. And it came with an 18 count Aida, and this is my start. And I know this color kind of blends in. It's like the top of the tub, so it's like that right there. And yeah, so not a huge start on it, but that's okay. This is just for fun. So yeah. So and then on Thursdays, I am working on Red Cardinals by Owl Forest Embroidery. This is not the breast printout because I was running out of ink at the time, but this gives the general idea of the pattern. And this is going to be for a co-worker who loves cardinals. And so I had to change the plans with this one. Originally, this is my original and lovely, but I had worked on it and I realized I completely messed this up, and I'd have to frog this whole corner here. And I've been struggling with this because I don't really like the fabric. It's too light. You can't even see the white. It blends in so much. It's very see-through. And I had to make some color substitutions because I was just pulling from my stash, and I don't like my choices. I think my reds are a little too pink. It's not very Christmassy to me, so I remembered I still had some fabric left over from another piece. So it's this 32 count linen and platinum, and I restarted it. So I think this is going to be much better because you can actually see the white now, and I even redid the colors a little bit so that they look a little bit more Christmassy, a little bit more vibrant, less pink. So that is Red Cardinals, and I'm now I think I'm going to enjoy it a little bit more now that I'm happier with that choice. And I think that's the thing when you stitch a gift, you know, you want to enjoy it, you want to put joy into it, you don't want it to be frustration. So that is Red Cardinals. All right, this one I'll have to insert a picture of the chart. It's in this house we do friends. I want to work on this on Friday and don't have a lot of progress. I just have some of the wording done. It's the always be there part. I really love this blue though. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite colors. But yeah, so just I'll work on that on Fridays, and I think that one will be a fun. I think this is just a 28 count fabric. Seems like an even weave. So that is in this house we do friends, because it's actually for my boss, who's also kind of a friend too, and she loves Friends, the TV show. So that's why I am doing that one. All right. And then on Saturdays, it's for my youngest daughter again. That's her stocking. It's called Winter Fun on Ice. And I have actually been working on this here and there. I've been working on, this is a cluster of snow-covered trees. And I'm actually getting really close to finishing it. And then there's just like a couple of like snowflake bits throughout here, and then I'll be done with this page. So this is kind of like, well, it's like 2 pages really. It's like the page cuts off here, and then the next page is down here. So yes, because that's where the page cuts off. So I'll be done with the top half as soon as I finish that and the snow, and then I'll get started on the bottom half. So it's a fun one. It's just a 14 cone Aida as well. And I actually do enjoy working on this. It's kind of nice that, like, you know, there's a lot of like, well, this isn't really white, it's more gray, but it's to kind of show, you know, so it'll show up on this white Aida. But it's really fun because I like how it has a bunch of colors in it. So it's not just, you know, it doesn't get overwhelming stitching a bunch of the white. Okay, and then this will be my 3rd new start. I started this a week ago. This is going to be a gift from my in-laws, and it's called Crosses of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor. I think this is a beautiful chart, and it only has 2 colors. And so here is what I've done. I've actually got quite a bit on this already. It's a 32 count linen. I think it's antique white. So I started, like I said, I'm usually a middle starter. So the middle's in this cross, and then I'm working over, this is page 1. And so I started the middle, I moved over, and then I'm going to go page by page. So I'll do page 1, page 2, page 3. And so I did this last week and Sunday, and then on Monday I stitched this. Today I actually worked on this one. So I might work on this more than one day a week because there's a lot of smaller crosses, and I thought, gosh, if I can get like 1 cross a day, or like one of the little ones, and then the bigger ones, you know, can be on, you know, on its assigned day, Sunday. You know, I could get this, I would love to get this done by Christmas, but I know that's kind of a big goal. So I'm not holding my breath, but I am gonna do my best to see how much I can get done in the next couple of months. Okay, so that is all the plans Monday through Sunday. And next I'm going to show my travel stitching. I'll have to insert a picture for this one. This is Stitchy Princess Magical Swamp. I worked on this when we went to the beach a couple weeks ago. I've been working down here, and the funny story is when I last worked on it, I just did this little swan, and I realized that I had flipped, like I was looking at the one on the opposite page, and so it's like facing the wrong direction. But I'm not gonna take it out. I'm just gonna flip the other one when I get to it, because there's supposed to be one on the other side, so they're supposed to mirror each other. So I'm just gonna flip it, and there we go. No one will ever know, except that I told you. So I really like this though. It's really fun. This is a fun, it's called Earth Fog, the fabric. It's in 16 count Aida. So this is what I usually bring when we're traveling, because it's fairly small and there's not like a lot of colors, so it's easy to put in my travel stitching bag. Okay, this has been a little while since I've worked on it, but I have worked on it since my last video. This is Teresa Wentzler's Night. Beautiful piece. And the last time I worked on it, I had worked on her arm. And so now you can kind of tell it's a person. And I don't have set plans to work on this, but I was thinking I have every other weekend off, and I was thinking on the weekends I have off, maybe I can fit that in, because to participate in the hashtag Wentzler weekend, that would be really fun to do that, because it's definitely, it's beautiful. It is nice to work on, but it's all pretty much all blends. So it's, you know, time consuming sometimes. I usually try to pick one color and then like try to do as much of that color as I can, and then before I switch to the next colors. So, but it's really beautiful, and I would like to work on that. Okay, and then the last piece I have to show you is Temperature Butterflies by Stitchin Mommy. And this is where I'm at. This is the August butterfly. So the sad story with this is I had started the outline of this butterfly. I hadn't finished it, but I had gotten like, I think like 3/4 of it, that like the outline of it. And I realized it was off, like by a lot. So it was like, if I took this out, it would look off compared to the other butterflies. And I was like, I can't leave it like that. So I had to frog it, and then I put it away for a little bit because I was so sad. So, well, frustrated more. But I got it back out, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm not gonna worry about being behind. So I finally finished outlining it, maybe even yesterday, Sunday. It was just within the last couple of days. I finished outlining it, and then today I started adding the colors. So today's the 22nd of August, and so I actually started with the 1st, and I did all the colors, that floss color for the temperatures between the 1st and the 22nd. That had that color. So there was 8 days where it's like the temperatures between, this color's for 88 degrees to 91 degrees. And we had a lot of those temperature days, like that temperature range has happened quite a bit. So that is what I started with. And I think that was the most, so it worked out. So yeah, I'm still like 2 weeks behind, and I was hoping, well, maybe I can fill this in before the end of the month, but it's okay if I don't. I'm not going to stress about it. But I feel better now that the outlining is complete. So that is Temperature Butterflies, and this is the Ferritin Count Aida, and the color is called Aurora. It's from Mystic Fabrics. So that is really all I have to show you today. The finish I'm going to show you is a picture, and that is my finish of Strutting Tom by Lindy Stitches, stitched on a 32 count linen in platinum, stitched with DMC colors, and it was for my mom's birthday, and I didn't frame it, I just sent it as is because I wanted her to choose the frame for it. So I mailed it to her, and it arrived on her birthday. So that was just really fun, and she loved it because I mentioned this before, but there's a troop of turkeys that comes to my parents' house every day. They're wild turkeys, and they show up looking for food, and she just loves them. And so that was kind of a perfect piece to stitch for her. So yeah, and she has made so many things for me that I really want to make things for her in return. So that's great. Anyway, that is all I have. I don't know when I'm gonna film again. I don't know if it's really hard to make it a weekly thing, but you know, I will see how things work out. So hopefully sometime in the next month, I will film another video of all the updates and how these plans are going, if I stick to these plans. And follow me on Instagram. It's StitchyFit36. I post quite often on there. I post my updates all the time. So if you want like an update, you can always check Instagram. So thank you so much for being there. I hope you have a wonderful day.